Jeffy, how are you, buddy? Good. Handle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grand Arena for tonight's boys varsity hockey game between the visitors, the Austin Packers, versus the home team, your Rochester Eagles. Before we get the starting lineup for both teams, let's meet tonight's honorary flag bearers who will be leading the team on the ice. They are Sammy and Jack Taylor. And now, your Rochester Eagles. Senior defense number 6, Will Fox. Junior defense number 24, Tyler Flanders. Senior forward number 7, Gavin Recky. Junior forward number 11, Elijah Cooker. Freshman forward number 19, Talon Hall. And protecting the nets for the Packers tonight, senior goaltender number 1, Armand Plumpkin. And the rest of the Packers, head coach Troy Schaefer. And now, the starting lineup for your Eagle. Junior defense number 43, Owen Barclay. Sophomore defense number 44, Gavin Robertson. Junior forward number 5, Dominic Troutman. Sophomore forward number 16, Nolan Dubois. And sophomore forward number 17, Jackson Keith. And protecting the net for your Eagles, junior goaltender number 31, Anton
All right, welcome to the Lured Eagles hockey live stream with a game here between the Lured Eagles and the Austin Packers. Lured Eagles are 0-2, Packers are 2-0. I believe we've played some tougher teams in our first two games than they have, so this one should be a good one here. I'm joined here by Courtney Spicer for the game. Some new lines here today, Courtney.
Yeah, they switched them up a little bit. First couple of games, we've had trouble generating some offense. We've been having trouble putting the puck in the net, so Coach True has elected to switch them up a little bit, see if we can find some chemistry and see if we can find the back of the net.
Yeah, so we got Dominic Troutman centering Nolan Dubois at right wing, number 16. Troutman's 5, and then Keith 17 on the left wing. Grotham 44 left D. Owen Barclay 43 right D, and the puck comes right back to him over to Grotham. He's going to jump into the zone here and dump that one in. So we've had some trouble scoring. We've got Jack Rowe with 1 goal and 2 assists, and Vinny Hars with 1 goal. And that's it. Not a lot of points for the Eagles and not a lot of goals. So a little mix-up of lines here, and we'll call them out as they come out, but hopefully this will create a spark and get some scoring generated.
Well, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a spark. You're looking for something. You're looking to find some sort of chemistry, something that's going to invigorate the guys, and and we'll see. Who knows? He may end up moving them again mid-game if things aren't working the way he hopes. So it'll be something to monitor for sure.
Yeah, we're already starting to see a little bit of the fruits of it. You're seeing some good puck control down low in the Austin zone. So next line up here, Jack Rowe out with Jack Phillips and Colton Rich. So Rich at left wing. I believe Phillips is centering this line with Rowe at the right wing. So not only different combinations, but different positions with Phillips usually playing left wing. That one's going to get chipped back in here. Forechecking. Phillips has got the puck. He's got a little bit of time and space. Going to need to get that one in deep. It's deflected right along the line. I'm not sure why that's offsides because it came right down the line.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly how that puck floated. It did land inside the zone, but maybe we were offside on the far side of the ice. I couldn't tell. I think it's going to be important to get a quick start here. We're 0-2. It's going to be, when you start out, and we've played well both games. We just, haven't been able to generate some goals. But when you start out like that, the key to getting something going is to find some confidence. And then once you find some confidence, good things happen. And here's
good chance there. Charlie Corrin now will jump on this puck. He's got Phillips down low. He's going to slide it around. He's got Rowe out front. Tries to go out to Rich just off his mark there. So some good puck work there. Rowe over to retrieve along the wall. He should send this one down in the corner. Phillips is down there waiting for it instead of getting into a battle here. Yeah, now it's out of the zone. Now Rowe's going to pick this one up here. He's got Vinny in with him. That's going to get deflected wide. So Austin's goalie number 1 here, Darren Plunkett, he's actually had some health issues, some pretty significant ones, and has had some surgeries and that sort of thing. Played in our fall league this summer. Real nice kid, big goalie, 6'2". This is his first game of the season. He's kind of recovering from that, so we'll see how he does here tonight.
Well, he's their captain, so they're going to probably lean on him, and I'm sure he's happy to be back between the pipes. There's a shot on goal. Good face-off win.
Yeah, and this is the Mono, Smith, Hain, Spicer line here. Spicer 13 at right wing, Mono, Smith 9, center, Hain 7 on the left. Out with Grotham and Barclay here. Yeah, Austin's got a freshman goalie that's played their first 2 games. He's 6'3". Tate Johnson, so he was in net for their first 2 games, and so they have an up-and-coming Plunkett here's a senior, and then they got a freshman right up coming in the pipeline. So they're going to chip this one out. Grotham's back to retrieve. So good pressure so far by the Eagles, and that one's going to go for an ice.
Yeah, there's a lot of zone time here early for the Eagles, and I'd like to see them they got a couple shots on goal, but I'd like to see them continue to cycle that puck and start to grind a little bit and have a little urgency. I haven't seen a lot of urgency out of this team yet, so maybe that'll be something that they can work on here. Oh, there's a giveaway.
A little bit of mishandle, yeah. Comes back out of the zone. They're going to have to check up to stay off on sides, which they do. Austin's coming up the other way here. They don't get it out of the zone. Creates kind of a 3-on-3. Spicer's there. Plunkett's going to just glove that one down. We'll get a line change here for the Eagles. So Vinny Harns, left D, is out with his partner, Charlie Core, number 24 at right D. Looks like it's a gray suit night for the student section.
Yeah, everybody's wearing the gray tracksuits.
Comes back to Harns, over to Core. Core tries to send it in, but it gets deflected. Battling down the corner now. Nice hit by Troutman, causes a turnover, gives Dubois some time and space, but he can't quite get to the front of the net. So Austin isn't really able to generate much coming out of their zone. Core here, back to Harns. Back to Core. He's looking for an open. He should start skating, drop pressure. Gets knocked down, but right to the stick of Keefe here. He's in kind of on a 2-on-1. Now, Keefe and Dubois have played together a ton through youth hockey, and you could see it right there. They've played most of their hockey career together during the season. So they should be able to find some chemistry. Dubois is going to grab that one. He's going to get a little bit of time and space. He kind of avoided a big hit there. That one's going to get dumped in. We're going to get a line change here. We got two coming. Rose weaving his way through traffic. He's got Phillips coming up the ice with him. Phillips is there. He's got Phillips backhander wide.
Yeah, I'd like to see us take our time there and hit the guy break into the net. We had an odd man situation. Just got to be a little bit more heads up as a group.
Phillips here now in on the forecheck. He's going to pick up that puck here. Come up the sideboards. Barclay's going to keep it in, send it over to Grab, bounces over his stick and out of the zone. He makes a move on the sidewall, gets it sent in. I'm not sure what happened behind the play there. I wasn't watching. Gets dumped in. Phillips in on the forecheck. He's going to take his player down into the corner. Adams got this one here. He's going to give it to Roll. Roll's going to give it to Barclay coming up to the zone. He's got time and space, but just kind of that's where I wish that's where we're getting in a little bit of trouble. I wish we would drive wide there and look for a play instead of trying to walk through traffic. Barclay's going to send it over to Harns here. He's got time and space. That one gets, I don't know, did Spicer tip that one?
I don't know if he did.
It looked like it got deflected and it went hard to see on the replay. Harns takes a shot. Spicer's in a good spot. I don't think he did. It looked like his stick was up in the air and didn't move. But he did come through first, so maybe he got a piece of that one. So off to a good start here. We'll get our first goal of the game at the 11:53 mark of the first period. But good position by Spicer there, right in front of the goalie. That's one thing we need to do a better job with. Just watching the video from the last game, we had net front presence, but we never really took away the goalie's eyes. We were kind of more standing to the side versus right in front of him. So that one was Harns, walked in and put that one in there for his second goal of the season. Spicer with the assist. Core battling down low now. Mono Smith in the corner with him. Core and his player tied up. Harns back in to play the puck, but him and the other player kind of wrestle it out and said, we're going to get a little bit of a breakaway here for Spicer. He's got Mono Smith. He tries the deke, and that one ends up in the leg pad of the Packer goalie there.
Net's come off a couple times pretty easily early. I hope the refs can get that figured out because we've got a couple of chances down there where the nets come off really, really quickly and easily.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when that happens, you lose a potential goal-scoring opportunity, so we got to watch that.
So Barclay with the move at the blue line. He's walking across, finding open space, tries to slide it in there. Loose puck, bouncing around the goalie there. Play behind the net now, kind of 3-on-1 with Keith. That one gonna get sent up off the glass down. They're probably gonna wave that one off because I think it bounced off Grodum's stick. He's back to retrieve. Barclay there now. He's gonna cut up the ice, just chip that one up to Keith, who's gonna kind of soft chip it. I think he could have got over to Dubois, but Dubois does a nice job to pull that out, but Austin picks it off and comes back the other way. And they're just kind of dumping stuff in. That should go for an ice, and we'll get a line change here.
Well, I like the pace so far.
Yeah.
I still feel like we can up it a little bit. I mean, I don't want to sound negative, but I feel like we have another gear.
Yeah.
And I'd like us to hit that extra gear here early in this game and let it just roll all the way through and start to see what this team is capable of.
Phillips is going to win that draw and grab it. Just mishandles it there. I think they got a little bit of a stick on him. He's just trying to send it out to the point, but it ends up going out to Norman. It's a bouncing loose puck there. Phillips still stick battling for it. He's going to dish it back to Roll. Roll's going to have to get this one in deep. Now Phillips is there. He's able to poke it down in. Ref's right in the way. He's battling down there. Got to get that second forechecker in there a little bit quicker. Kleinschmidt and Norman out here on D. Norman back to retrieve. He's going to reverse that one over to Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt up to Phillips. He's going to hold that one and chip it to Rich. Rich is going to bump it in. Nice kind of soft chip by Rich there. It was a little bit deceptive, but that cycled it the wrong way. But works out because Rowe is there. He sends it over to Norman. Norman's got a couple guys in front.
Good shot. Low, but we need a rebound.
Yeah, I mean, those shots on high school goalies that aren't through traffic are going to have a tough time going in. Rich there. Now Rowe back to retrieve. I mean, we're line changing out of the offensive zone, which is always a good sign. It means we're putting a lot of pressure on them. So the Mono-Smith line coming back out here now. Although Mono-Smith's not out. Haynes going to walk across. He's going to make a couple moves. He's trying to find some space to get a shot off. Dishes it out to Grodum. Grodum sends it through traffic. Gets deflected wide. Shots are 7-0 for the Eagles right now. That's going to be the challenge for Ackley, is he's got to stay ready in this game where he's not seeing a lot of action. Mono-Smith now in off the bench. He's going to get in on the forecheck. Hayne there. Spicer there. He's going to go battle behind the net. We're just kind of all over him on the forecheck right now, which is good.
Got to keep two men on the forecheck and then continue to make some plays. So we got to look there instead of just firing. We have guys wide open on the back door, and we're just firing for no reason. I
mean, our D should be looking for that weak side guy. It's just an easy save for a high school goalie. Now the ref's in the Packers' way there. Barclay's going to try to walk through two players there, and he's going to get sandwiched, and the Austin goalie is just going to put his glove on it. So we'll get another line change here. Troutman line will be out here. Core and Harns on D.
Well, we're certainly dominating the pace of play. I just think we need to get our heads up and be a little bit more I guess a little bit more deliberate with what we're doing with the puck and try and find the open guy and make the right play as opposed to just firing pucks.
Yeah, it's been our problem all season, and Austin isn't as good as the other two teams we played. So these plays where we're just trying to make them as individuals, it's going to hurt us when we play Owatonna here on Thursday and then Providence on Saturday. So we got to start figuring out a way to play as a team and make plays. I've seen 3 or 4 chances for us to make a play. It's the best option, and we don't. So I think that's going to be something we got to figure out.
It's just picking our heads up. That's all it is. It's just picking our heads up.
Well, we say too, like, young players come into the zone with the intent to score, but a more mature player doesn't come into the zone with that intent. They come in with the intent to make a play. Sometimes it's an individual play, but they're also looking to make a play with their teammates as well. So it's just something they have to kind of figure out as they develop as players. Bouncing loose puck here. Austin's having trouble coming out of their zones, certainly entering our zone. That's out to Harns here. He's going to move that one back to Charlie Core. He's going to bump it up to Keefe, and then he's going to jump up into play. Nice job by Charlie to do a little give and go. Comes right out to Dubois, and it's in the back of the net.
And that was a nice play.
Yeah, that's what we need to be doing.
And that was heads-up hockey. That was a good neutral zone play.
Yeah.
To create the offense, sent Charlie Core in, and then he's looking to make that play back across the slot, and he finds an open Dubois streaking in, and that's Dubois' first career varsity hockey goal.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Core here, he's not intending to try to score here. His intent is to make a play. So that's what I'm talking about. Entering that zone to make a play, not to score there. And then look what happens. We do that, we score goals. So second goal for the Packers here. That one gets dumped in.
Number 16, Dubois. With the assist number 24,
That one gets chopped down low. Jack Rose there. Phillips is there with Colton Rich. Phillips still has that one. He's going to go out to Rowe. Rowe shoots it. Nice. That's a nice play there. So we just need to see a little more of that. Harns has got this one. He's going to send it up back to Norman. Norman's going to try to hit Phillips. He does connect with him after a deflection. He gets hooked off the puck. He'll draw the penalty there. So we'll get our first power play. So we'll see if they made some adjustments with the power play units. Kind of looks like they're staying the same as they were previously. I mean, our power play units have done a decent job as far as like setting up and that sort of thing. We had 2 power play goals in our first game against Two Rivers, but we went 0 for 5 against Albert Lee.
Yeah, and we generated some shots in that Albert Lee game, but they weren't high percentage shots. We were kind of forcing shots from odd places on the rink.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just we gotta set up, but then we gotta find the right shot.
Yeah, and that's what you're talking about right there, right? We win this draw back. We got a clean shot from the point, but I mean, it's just such an easy save for the goalie on a shot from the point from that far away when they see it. When they have an open lane, they see that shot. Okay, Mono, they should get going here. Dubois should wind it up. They kind of got a deep forecheck. He should wind it up and set it up, which he does.
Good play.
Yep, nice play there. Now we need to be patient with the puck here. We need to try to create opportunities. That one's got to be on net. Now that time he did have traffic in front. Got to give him some support here. We're waiting a little bit too long with these pucks. And we got a forecheck with our sticks down. Barclay does a nice job of keeping that puck in, but then turns it over. They're going the other way. Good back check here by Hain. Good speed, good back check by Hain.
Really
Mono
good
Smith
back
should
check.
grab that and go because we got an awesome player pinned behind the play, so it's going to create a 4-on-3 here. We got to stay on side. He should cycle this one back, not force it in here. So nice job by Mono Smith here. Phillips has got to get his stick down out front there. He's set up for a one-timer in the slot, but he really needs to be stick down here. Harns has got to go down and pinch this one. Shot, first save that Ackley has to make, and it's a good one. That's a good hard shot. That was from Kyler Flanders, who a good chunk of the kids on this Eagle team have played with through the years.
Yeah, that was a rip. I mean, for their first shot, and Anton had to be ready for that. He hasn't seen a puck until that puck.
Yeah.
So that was a real nice save for him to deflect that out of play. Eagles now pinned a little bit in the own end. They got to get moving here. There's still 15 seconds left on this power play.
Yep, Harnes is going to cycle that one back to Core. We should try to get up the ice above this player coming out of the box, which will happen here in 5 seconds. So we still have puck control here while they'll try to get set up. He's going to dish that down, ends up getting it back down to himself. He's got him open at the point. Harnes has got time. He's going to send it in through traffic. I think we got a little piece of that, but the goalie's able to stop it there. Troutman in. Some pressure here.
Oh, they got time. Oh, we had numbers if we turned back into the zone.
Keith's going to grab that puck there, dish it down to Roll. We're going to need to get our line sorted out because we got one guy from each line out here right now. Roll gets that shot on net there. He goes down to Keith. Norman's jumped into the zone now. He's kind of open in the slot. Now Dubois is there for his second goal of the game there, but he's coming right down the slot and finding those empty spots.
Yeah, it's finding those soft spots, and I mean, we're doing a good job of making that play out of the corner and finding the soft spots so the player's streaking in, and that's it. That's, if we can start doing that routinely, we'll be a tough team to play against.
So I think that was Keith that dished that one to him. We'll find out here in a second. But like I said, those two have some pretty good chemistry.
I don't know if it was Keith or Norman. I couldn't tell.
So Norman and Kleinschmidt out here on D. Norman's going to wind it up here. It's going to come back to him. Yeah, that was an assist from Keith there. That one's going to come back out of the zone to Kleinschmidt. He's over to Norman. Norman's going to go across ice here to Hain. He's going to go back over to Norman, who can come up the wall here. We're going to need to kind of maybe just chip one in deep here. Doesn't quite get in far enough. They're going to come the other way. They're going to try to step up on him. Able to knock the puck off the stick of the Austin player. That actually shouldn't have been offsides because we sent that one into the zone. Row out here. Trying to get a line change here. Up the middle here to Spicer, just off his stick to the Austin player. They're going to chip it up to Roll. Roll's going to have to circle and protect, wait for his line mates. Barclay's there just off the mark as Phillips is coming down the middle. That one gets sent into the goalie's chest there, and he's able to kind of swallow that one up. So 2:25 left in the first period. Shots are 17-1, so we're all over these guys. Score 3-1.
Yeah, 3-0 score. I mean, the game's being played in their end. We're just, you know, we're all over them, like you mentioned. I'd like to see some, you know, create a few more pretty scoring chances and make sure we keep the pressure on them and doing it the right way. That was a nice tip there by Phillips in front.
Yeah, I talked to Jack here between since the last game. He's been in front of the goalie, but he puts himself about 2 feet in front of the goalie and doesn't really take his eyes away. So I want him to get closer to that to the crease, which he's doing here tonight. And I've noticed that goalie's been out giving him some shots in the back. So when that happens, that's when you know you're doing a good job screening the goalie. And then you got a goalie that's not worried about pucks. Little tip up from Rich here. It's sent in. Just past Barclay. He chips it over to Grotham. He's going to pick that up. He's got Roll here streaking down the sidewall. Roll's going to fire that one, deflected wide. Phillips in on the forecheck here. Rich has got to get in there too. Now he does. Roll picks up the puck here over to Barclay. We got good traffic in front. Again, tipped and right into the goalie's pad.
That was a good save by the goalie. That redirected right in front of the net, and he had to be quick to cover that one up. So nice save for the Austin goalie there. We're tipping a few pucks.
Yeah, we're getting them. We're getting them there. It's good traffic. Face off here by Troutman, out with Keefe and Dubois. Harns there over to Core. Core sends it in. That's that shot we're talking about. That's an easy save there for the goalie. 1:27 left here. Face off to the left of the Austin goalie. Troutman's going to lose that one. It goes back into the corner. Austin retrieves. They go up off the glass. Bouncing puck goes right out to Vinny Harns.
There's Nolan Dubois right there hovering around the net waiting for that rebound. He was already trying to sniff the hat trick.
Yeah, well, you pick up two this early in the game. It's definitely a motivator. You got time to make it happen.
So
Core and Harns kind of going back and forth with this here for the 4th time. He's probably going to go back to, he should have gone back to Vinny right away there. Good cross corner dump by Harns there. We got to get in on the forecheck. A little bit of too passive on the forecheck right there. Kind of allows them some time and space. They're coming out the other way. Austin just hasn't been able to generate any puck control as they're coming out of their zone. Certainly not trying to come into our zone. Chance there, but they fire it wide. Another chance for them, but they're going to move it around. That one comes through traffic. It's blocked out front. Norman and Kleinschmidt out on D here with the Troutman line. That one gets sent in, so a little bit of pressure from the Austin squad here, but not able to put any pucks on that. Nice, good, strong play by...
Oh, and the ref's in the way.
Yeah, ref's in the way. You got a guy line changing. Spicer just trying to... Is he going to call offsides? What's he? Oh, yeah, it must be calling offsides here. So Spicer just in all sorts of traffic there. Takes one in the back. And that'll do it for the period.
Factor 0. There's a good chance for a good session stand. Get yourselves some food and now the team will get your bucks. Good job on the second period.
All right, well, that does it for the first period. So solve the scoring problem for today anyway.
For today, I mean, we put 3 on the board, 22 shots. Like I said, I'd like us to be a little bit more intentional on some of the shots we're taking, because that's a lot of shots on goal. But overall, I mean, a really good period of hockey. I mean, it's hard to argue 22-1 in shots. We're dominating the pace of play. But I really think we have that extra gear where if we really, turned it up, we could really forecheck and really open this game up.
Yeah, we've seen the passing plays work, right? That's how we're scoring the goals here. So new lines, they have shown some chemistry out here. I guess my thought on this is they're getting some practice with their new lines. They have a little bit more time and space against Austin, who's not quite as good as the other teams are playing. Give them some good practice, build their confidence. They had a couple tough opponents coming up here Thursday and Saturday.
Absolutely, we just got to keep building on these next two periods and keep improving. So,
all right, we're going to take a break here, recognize our sponsors, and we'll be back for the second period. First intermission here brought to you by A&A Electric and Underground Construction Incorporated. So we appreciate their sponsorship of the Lured Eagles. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube page. You can go up to the top of the page there and hit the subscribe button. There's no cost to do that. Just kind of saves it as like one of your favorites. So go ahead and click the subscribe there and show your support of the team. And we'd like to recognize all your sponsors. So I appreciate MPD Vision, who created a little bit of a sponsorship video for us here.
Well, hello there. My name is Nathan Davison, aka NPD, aka Mr. NPD, and I've been capturing highlights, fun videos, and helping out the people that stream this game on this hockey channel. Though I've also done basketball, baseball, football, and even cross country to highlight moments that people will cherish and remember. And yes, even weddings to relive their special day, or to do a social gathering to highlight the event for a great occasion. So head on down to npvision.com, and if you want to see more of my work, there is YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok under NPD Vision. I will see you there, and until next time, keep your head in the game.
All right there. Yeah, a little commercial from our NPD Vision friend, one of our sponsors. He does a lot of our highlight videos, so he's got really nice camera equipment. He does a really nice job with highlight videos, and he just kind of does that all for us at no charge, so which is pretty cool to have that both for our broadcast and for our YouTube page. So some of this kind of little sponsorship things you see throughout the broadcast, he does that, so it's pretty cool. So just real quick, we'll recognize our sponsors, our top level Eagle sponsors: Rochester City Delivery, TNS Manufacturing, and RBC Wealth Management, the JMS Group. We got Sam Pifron with Dwell Realty and A&A Electric and Underground. And then Fish Lake Firewood Company and Complete Outdoor Services. And Russ and Kathy Rowe, grandparents of number 10 Jack Rowe, who's having a pretty good game here tonight. Jack's probably got 8 shots on net. I know he's leading the team in shots on net, so we appreciate that. And our nutrition partner, Cowbell. All right, we're about to get back at it here for a second period. Eagles are up 3-zip. Shots are 22-1, so it's kind of total domination right now by the Eagles. New lines out here tonight, and so far paying off.
Yeah, I mean, you want a game like this where you can, it becomes a little bit of a confidence booster. And there's still a long way to go, but shots being 22-1, score 3-0, you have to assume the Eagles are going to continue this trend here. And they get one right off the face-off and Doobie with another shot. But we want them to get some confidence, right? And once you get some confidence, then things start to roll.
Yeah, that might help us going into the tough schedule we got, because we got, like I said, we got Owatonna and then Providence, and then we're heading up to Duluth Marshall, and we got Proctor as well. So we got a stretch of games after this one that's gonna be pretty challenging.
Yeah, it's not going to get easier, I'll tell you that. So it's good to get, to start to get your systems going, start to get your systems working, figure out the chemistry that you have, who works well together, and then just build on it.
So some good pressure again here from the Eagles. Rowe's going to chip that. I wish he would send that down deep. I mean, we've got players down deep. Just fire that one down in there where we got players that can get that put pressure on it. That one gets tipped up into the bench there, and we'll get a face off. And it was off the Eagles' stick, so I'm not sure where they're gonna. It should still be in the zone.
You just made a comment you'd like him to get it deep. That's one thing that I think we really need to work on and put an emphasis on, in my eyes anyways. We got to learn to cycle the puck a little better. And it starts when you get that puck deep down to the player that's down below the goal line, the foxhole area. Here we go, right here. Yeah. So we got to start this cycle. See, he could have thrown it back down deep instead of trying to make that play.
So one thing I teach is we put a forward over by the McDonald's sign there, over on the half wall. We put a forward over on the half wall here, and he's standing 5 feet in front of our defenseman. We don't need him there. Come off the wall, pull the pressure into the middle, open up the space for the defenseman, and pass that puck up to the D if you want to go low to high there.
Correct.
I always kind of say, hey guys, don't block the pass to your own defenseman. Looked like Vinny took a pretty hard shot there on the sidewall, but he got up, and he's a tough kid, so he on the wall down here right in front of us in the neutral zone. So he got up and kind of made his way slowly to the bench. He looked like he was doing okay. That puck comes over to Rowe here. Rich is coming up the middle, a little mishandled by Rowe.
Just not heads-up hockey there at our own blue line. We have an opportunity to get it out, and we don't.
This one gets chipped over to Grotham. He's got some time and space, so he's starting to go. It gets hooked up in his arms. The Austin player has to let go of his stick to avoid a penalty. Rich is deep in the zone here.
Yeah, Gavin, actually, he hooked Gavin so hard. Here's Jack in. Oh, trying to make...
I don't know what he's doing. So he tries to go one-arm bandit on this one. He almost had it just off the far post, but he kind of had the chance to maybe go to the far post now. So he reached across with one hand and just missed the far post. Nice little sauce pass from Rowe there to set him up for that. He had plenty of time and space to make a move. Probably should have driven across there and tried to go in the backhand, but I like the confidence.
Yeah, it was a cute play. You know, if it goes in, everybody's cheering, and it's exciting. So I love the confidence to try and make the play. Just didn't quite get it.
That one gets chipped around Harns. It's down here in the neutral zone right in front of us. He's still battling for that puck, and he comes away with it. Makes a nice little deceptive move, but then loses an edge. Kind of deked himself out of the puck. Monosmith's got time and speed. He's got Spicer coming with him, driving the net here. I actually like the choice there. They're both under pressure. Maybe a pass off pads opportunity. Just got tipped high. Dumping. I'm going to say that's a dumping from Harns. It was so far off the mark, I don't think it was a shot. And we've seen him do a couple cross-corner dumps, so that's when he kind of fires from one diagonally across the ice into the far corner. Over to Charlie Core. That gets blocked by Austin. Spicer down low here. Austin's wheeling up the other side. Bouncing puck. Core over to Harns. Back over to Core. RD have really had time to kind of play this regroup back and forth game coming out of the zone. Now we're going to soft chip it. It actually kind of worked. Monosmith's going to pick that up. Spicer's there, bumps it out front, but that's her hand chip that one. He should be driving the zone, right? He's going to be the one that's going to get the opportunity. Bump back to Grotham here. He's probably going to go over to Barclay, which he does. Barclay's going to send it up to Spicer. They're going to say that was touch, so no ice. Troutman in on the forecheck. Austin's coming the other way. Troutman, Dubois, Keefe out here. They've got a couple goals already. Nice pass up from Keefe to Dubois. Dubois is looking for his hat trick. The way he's going, he's going to get it because he put that one off the post.
Yeah, he just rang one off the iron there.
He's pretty quick and shifty. Nice little pass to Troutman. Up to Grotham. Grotham's just send that one in. That's going to be one of those saves we've been talking about from the point. And we'll get a line change. Nope, no line change here. Get a defensive partner change here. So Troutman will take the draw. Kleinschmidt and Norman out on D. Bouncing puck there. Goes back down low. Troutman's going to be in on the forecheck. Sends that one to the front net. Loose bouncing puck. It's still loose. It's bouncing around there, and Austin goalie's going to reach out and cover that one, and now we will get a forward line change.
Second game in a row, we're full loss. Thank you for supporting the work. And let's keep that track going for the next goal game.
So face off to the right of the Austin goalie here. Phillips on the draw. He's taking these left-sided draws. Rich comes in, cycles it back up to Rowe. I think they have some kind of set play going there. Phillips has got it behind the net. He's going to come back with it. He just dishes it right. It was right there for Rich. He just overskated it a little bit. This one shouldn't get out. It gets chipped back down low to Phillips. He's got some time and space. He's got guys out front. He's going to cut back. He's going to look for Rowe. And is that Core?
That's Core.
He absolutely buried that one. So nice little cut back from Phillips behind the net there. finds Charlie Core sneaking in the backside, and that looked like Charlie's first goal in the power play of the first game. He just buried it in. So we've seen Charlie kind of jump into the play twice now on the offensive side of the puck and come away with a goal and an assist for doing so.
No, I mean, Charlie's a very smart hockey player. You can tell he's offensive-minded. He sneaks in there. And a nice pass from Jack Phillips from behind the goal line and finds him, and Charlie buries it. That's how you do it.
Well, and that's what we talked about, right? Because that puck got dumped down in low. The play was up high, it got dumped in low, created that opportunity there. So Rich looking for one. Rowe makes a nice little move here. He dishes it. Nice little soft dish there to Barclay. Barclay's battling. He needs some help here. Rowe is back covering for him. They're going to do a high, hard chip. It's going to create a 2-on-1 against Grotham here. They're going to get a chance. Nice back check by Barclay. Good stick on puck. This one comes up to Rowe. He's got Phillips coming in with him. He cuts across the top of the zone, dishes it over, but a little bit of a slow. Oh, it almost went right back to him. Kind of a slow pass over there. He has snapped that one maybe.
Yeah, that play just took too long to develop is really what that amounted to. It just took too long. It was the right idea.
Yeah.
It just needed to be a little bit quicker to develop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a group there that, they kind of look like they're playing together for the first time. They've got some time and space, so if they can kind of figure things out between the three of them, they'll start having more success here, hopefully. Hayne with a good back check. Mono Smith back to grab it. Bumps it to Hayne. He's got Spicer going with them. He's under a lot of pressure. He goes down into the corner. Spicer's there. Comes up to the D. Easton Gazer's out now for his first shift of the season at Varsity. He's able to dump that one in deep. Back to Spicer. Spicer dishes it out front. Mono Smith not quite ready. Spicer's going to put that one back down low. But we got two guys out front, nobody down low. That's another one of my rules. It's pretty rare that when you're under pressure with the puck that you put two guys in front of the net.
Yeah, we just got to be a little bit more comfortable with the puck. We're fighting it a little bit, even though it's shots are 30-1, and even though we're playing well, the score is 4-0. We're still fighting it a little bit.
So Troutman line out here now. Keefe and Dubois, Grotham and Barclay on D. Good forecheck here by the boys. Chips it over to Troutman. Doesn't quite get his stick on the puck. Good cycle here. Austin's back to retrieve. They're just going to chip that one out. That's kind of all they can do here today. We're kind of all over them. Loose puck here. And they're not going to get this one out either. Grotham puts that one back down in deep.
See, this is where we're going in coasting.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to go in there. I mean, yes, it's 4-0.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But that's not going to be the case on Thursday.
Yeah, our forecheck is fairly anemic. Dubois, he must have 6 shots on net here. He's trying to find his third. That net is way off. Yeah, I mean, the forecheck has to be a habit, right? And it's got to be aggressive. I mean, unless they're coaching them to, which I don't think they are in this situation, but sometimes you get a lead and you do a more passive forecheck, and most high school teams will have a couple different forechecks depending on the game situation. But when you have a lead or a significant lead, sometimes you want to be more conservative, but that's typically when you're in a more, competitive game and you're up by a couple or something. You're up by 2 or 3 in a good back and forth game. You might be more competitive, or you might be more conservative on your forecheck. So Charlie coming through here with speed. He's got some time. Just kind of off the mark. Maybe if Jack was a righty, that would have been a good play there. They're coming up the sidewall. Good back check here. Elliot Shell out now for his first shift.
The forwards are too high. Everybody's outside of the zone.
Well, we got so much time and space in the zone here. Like, look at Austin's forecheck, though. They're putting 2 guys on the blue line, so you didn't think our forecheck isn't aggressive. They got nothing going here. Phillips with the puck here. He's going to come in. He's going to make a move. It's his second move to the backhand side. He's going to get frustrated. He just can't get that one in.
They got to fix that net. That net comes off if you breathe on it.
Yeah, but if you watch that goalie, he's kind of pushing backwards. He's kicking that thing off on a pretty regular basis. Austin coming up the other way here. Spicer out with Mono, Smith, and Hain here. That one hits Vinny, goes right to him. I don't know if that one even made it on net.
Yeah, it
looked like they gave him the credit for it.
Yeah,
that'll be their second shot on net. Kleinschmidt now jumping up into the play. Hain battling along the wall. It's getting pretty physical here. It comes out to Harns. Harns is going to make his move to the outside. He's going to cross corner, dump it. But we got a forecheck if that's going to work. Bouncing puck here. Yep, nice play by Mono Smith. He's got Spicer. Spicer over to Hain, just off the target. He's going to rip a hard backhander. I don't mind that at all. Goalies aren't ready for those. Nobody out front there. Barclay down to Mono Smith. Some good pressure here. That one hits Spicer instead of on net. Net looks like it's off again. Maybe not. Austin's got a little bit of time and space, but they're not moving quick. They're just going to chip that one out. And we'll get a line change of the centers anyway. Barclay coming up the other side, up to Hain. Hain better be careful. He's lucky that guy didn't decide to hit him.
The guy could have taken his head off.
That would have been bad. I know we got a couple guys in our team that wouldn't have let him do that. Got him coming up the wall here. He's going to go over to Barclay. Barclay's going to bring it back over to Grotham. So they're not putting lots of pressure on us. We're able to kind of do this D to D to D. Hain's still out. He's going to put it down into the corner. He's got time and space. He just misses the mark out to Barclay. It's going to go all the way down. Grotham back to retrieve. Old Anton's pretty conservative come out of the net tonight with all the pucks we've had bounce off cracks and Zamboni doors and stanchions that have popped right out into the slot, ended up in the back of the net. Battling along the wall here. Dubois got this. He's going to turn away, come up to Grotham. Grotham's going to turn and try to fire that. It's going to go right into the pads of the Austin player. He's going to get an interference for that one. Probably the right call. You can't hold him up there, but I think he got in a little bit of trouble with that deflection. So
yeah, the crowd got pretty excited. It's going to get called, especially in a game like this where it's 4-0 and
yeah. So we'll get a PK here, our first one of the game. So it's the TNS Manufacturing penalty kill. Phillips will take the draw out with roll. Vinny Harns, Charlie Core. I don't know, won't hurt for Anton to see some rubber here. Put those purple pads to the test. Boy, if Rowe could have chipped that one around, that would have been a 2-on-1 there. Comes out to the point. Good block by Phillips there. Gets that one out of the net. He's right on his player. Pops the puck loose. This is his old teammate from the Ice Clams. Tyler's able to fight him off there and move it up the ice. Harn's in here now. Rowe's going to chip that one out. Nice move there by Kyler. Chip there by Harns. He's going to send up to Rowe. Phillips has got to get going, buddy. It's a 2-on-1. Rowe's going to make his move to the net. Nice job by Rowe. Loose bouncing puck. Nice move by Rowe there.
Great move by Rowe. Got around the defenseman, shorthanded. Goalie made another nice save. I mean, give credit to the goalie. That was a nice save.
Yeah, I know. Phillips has been in on him twice, and now Rowe on that cut across, and he's shutting those down. So we're getting some chances here off the PK. We'll get a line change here now. Gasner and Barclay out with Troutman and Monosmith. That one's going to get sent all the way down, but it's beyond net. Boy, that's a pretty risky way to do it, but for a guy who's had the bad luck that he's had, nice back check by Troutman there. Good effort, but Austin still comes up with that loose puck. That looked like it was offsides. Austin's coming in. They're going to cycle this around. They got a little bit of time and space. That one gets tipped wide of the net there. 4.5 minutes left in the period. 14 seconds on the penalty kill. Sends it in through traffic. I think that got blocked by Gasner. Gets stopped. They keep it in. They're going to send another one in.
Well,
that's off the. Yeah, no, that was off the shaft of Anton's stick. Yeah, just above his blocker. There's another save. Loose puck battle. Barclay does a nice job of tying that guy up and pushing him wide. Another shot, but that's going to go wide of the net. So that's their best chance there for Austin. That puts a few more shots on net for them. Big hit there by Jack Rowe on the Austin defenseman at the blue line. So they're making him work for it. 3:53 left. The Rowe line will come out here.
Yeah, a little action down there.
Yeah.
Anton's warmed up his toes a little bit anyway.
All right, Phillips got to figure out his face-offs here, his face-off draws.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it's 34-6 shots and goals, 4-0. There's still stuff we got to work on. I mean, we got to win more face-offs. There's still some stuff to be ironed out.
Yeah, the only thing is here now is these lines aren't getting any D-zone reps. Playing together in the D zone and breakout. You know, right now it's just there's really no pressure, so the breakout is easy. Stuff there by Sam Kleinschmidt. He's going to chip it down to the corner to Phillips. Right idea. Maybe need to put a little bit more on it to get it to Rich there. They're coming up the other wall here. Anton's going to play that one. I don't think he knew that Austin player was coming. Rich has got to get there. This one's going to come up just off the mark. Jack's got to reach out and get a stick on that one. That's where, like, especially as a lefty on that side, if you can turn and push that arm out, you can extend your stick another 2 feet practically. .258 left here in the period. Shots are 34-6 for the Eagles. Face off to the left of Anton. Grotto back to play that. Hain, Monosmith, Spicer. Spicer's flooding across with speed. Bouncing puck. Boy, I think they got away with an offsides there, but none of the refs are anywhere near the blue line. Austin player trying to make a move in the net. Nice play by Hain. That one gets sent out front. Barclay should get his feet moving here. Chips it up to Monosmith. He's coming up the wall. He's got Spicer coming with him. Kind of in traffic here. Sends it. Pinballs around, and I think he wished he had that. You can see he wished he had that pass back. I think he didn't realize someone wasn't there. Got him with the puck here, just off the mark, and that's going to go for an ice. We've had a few of those.
We're just a little sloppy. I mean, it's
yeah.
There's plays to be made, and we're not making them.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, 4-0, that's great. We're scoring, and that's great. And I think there's some real positives and some real benefits here. But it makes me a little nervous as we go into the tough season and competitive games. But it's early. Core up here. Nice play by Dubois to hammer that one over to Troutman. Keith there throws it out front. Nobody really there, but we come up with it. Keith and Dubois working down low now. That gets poked off their stick. Good job by Keith. Keep skating there, though. Austin's going to chip that one in deep. Harn's back to retrieve. Harns and Troutman battling down low there. Charlie Core's got time and space. You start moving his feet. So one thing I like to do, the deed to do, is to skate to pressure and pass. Pressure meaning bad guys. So start skating, bad guys will attack you, and when they do, then pass, and then you beat that first attacker.
Correct.
Versus just standing still and passing to a player. You're not beating anybody. So you're actually passing into pressure. Roll's going to bring it back here. He's going to choose the wise route here. He's going to try to find Barclay there. Barclay's got guys out front. Phillips gets taken down. Nets off
again.
Yeah, they caught him from behind, kind of down there, low there, and pushed him down into the goalie. So Phillips, Rowe, Rich, Norman, Barclay out here. 43 seconds left. Phillips on the draw. He's going to try to cycle that one back to Rowe. We got to get in there on the forecheck. That F3's got to jump on those reverses when they go from one side to the other. You know, anticipate it. Rich is going to dish that one up to Phillips. He's going to poke it through. I actually wish he would have done a little bit different play there to keep possession. Nice pass by Rich over to Roll. Saved by the Austin goalie. That's going to go all the way down. 8 seconds left here.
Well, just one goal this period. I mean, we got 8 seconds. Maybe we can bury one off this face-off here and, see what we've got here. Set up a play here and try and practice this for later in the year. And that's going to do it for the period.
All right, well, that'll do it for the second period. Probably not as well score-wise, not as good as our first one. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that period there. A little sloppy.
I thought it was a little sloppy. I mean, you know what the hard part about it is when you go up and you start. When you're completely dominating a team, you start to get lazy and sloppy, and you start to do things that are not indicative of what you should be doing in a hockey game. And it's kind of a little bit of a curse in some way that happens, and it's easy to do that. Players start to get a little bit, out of their routine, and they start trying to make extra plays, and then things get a little sloppy. And so I just hopefully, he reels them in between periods here and gets back to playing, the style that they need to play.
Yeah, you're right. Like we always say the blood's in the water. Like they're getting chances to score, and so you start playing a different kind of game. Every young player just want to score. So it makes the game a little sloppy. These are actually tough games to play when they're so lopsided. But yeah, we'll come back out here in the third period. Hopefully, coach can talk to them, get them settled down a little bit. We're going to take a break, and we will be back for third period action. Second intermission brought to you by Sam Pyfrone with Dwell Realty. That's Samantha at MinnesotaMNRuralHomes.com. So we appreciate Sam's sponsorship of the Lured Eagles. Sam's the aunt of Jack and Kelvin Phillips, so we appreciate her support.
Keep it pushing, buddy. Maybe joking.
All right, we're about ready to get started back up here with third period action. If you haven't already, go up to the top of our page and click to subscribe. I'd like to thank all our sponsors: AA Underground, Cowbell, Fish Lake Firewood Company, Rochester City Delivery, Sam Python with Doyle Realty, Tina's Manufacturing, Russ and Kathy Rowe, Complete Outdoor Services, and RBC Wealth Management, the JMS Group.
Well, hello there. My name is Nathan Davison, aka
All right, just working through some of our production stuff there. Like I said, we're a small operation here trying to broadcast and run through all our sponsors and all of that. I was just looking for our next games. I'm going to run that quick. Thursday, December 5th, this Thursday, Graham Arena here versus Owatonna at 5 and 7 again. And then we got Providence Academy on Saturday. So full week here, games 4 and 6 p.m. Saturday evening. So if you're not able to make it to the rink to watch the games, certainly tune in to the live broadcast. We're going to get this third period started here. What were we going to say?
I'd say, as you mentioned that, this is a period that we need to really ramp it up and lead into Thursday, because this is a busy week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is a lot of hockey in 1 week. But how we play this period is going to probably lead into how we play the game Thursday. So I'd like to see us just ramp it up just a little bit here.
Yeah, we almost could have played 4 lines today. We're missing Dom Haugen. He's out. And then Josh Vossler pulled his groin in the JV game, so our fourth line was decimated. But to be honest, I mean, we could have pulled up. I know Halverson jumped in on that line, and we could have pulled up another player, or they would have been fine out here in this game. Maybe rest the legs a little bit in this game, but at the same time, you also have these new lines that you want to kind of get going. It's about 3 chances right there for the Troutman line.
Jackson Keefe just about got his first goal of his career.
This one goes down to Dubois. He's looking for his third, and he gets it right there. So
there it is.
There's the hat trick from Nolan Dubois. But he's a shooter. You know, he's probably taken 8 shots this game, so no surprise he gets the first hat trick of the season.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. We need some scoring. You know, we want to find that touch. We need to find some confidence, and he is a shooter. He's got a good shot.
Yeah. No, he probably had 3 shots just in that shift. So, yeah, you want to score goals, put pucks on net. Bouncing puck there. Rich is going to go back to Harns, to Core, back to Harns. He's got some time and space. Back to Rich. Just off Rich's stick there, so he's going to chip that one in. Phillips on the forecheck here. Now Rich in. It's going to be offside, so they'll have to check up. Roll's going to go in. He's going to put that one in deep. Just a little bit too much on that one. Gets it away from Phillips. So Phillips in now.
So I like our forecheck a little bit better already this period. It looks like it's a little bit more intentional with a little bit more urgency. So maybe something was said here between periods that we can't just sit back on our heels.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. No, I guess that's an okay play there. Charlie's going to grab that one. He's got some time and space. He's trying to get that one into the front of the net, but too much traffic there. Just not a strong enough play there by Phillips on the wall with that loose puck. Harns has got that. He's got time and space here. Rowe's going to pull that one back. We've got to be a little careful there. It's just some mismanagement of the puck here. We're going to cycle that one back down to Core. He's going to set up behind the net here. Again, Austin's forechecking with 2 guys in the blue line. I'm not sure what that's all about. Certainly not preventing us from getting in the zone, especially when they let us gain the red line. So, it's kind of an old school neutral zone trap, except they're not pressuring us before the red line.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. I mean, they're down 5-0. I mean, I'm not sure why they're playing defensive hockey. I mean, we could just go sit behind the net and run out the clock with that kind of forecheck.
Yeah, I mean, I get maybe you want to trap a team a little bit in the neutral zone, but I think you have to pressure them before the red line. Otherwise, they just get the red line, dump it in, and then go on the forecheck. Just like Norman did right there. So we got guys coming in on the forecheck, and then we have control of the puck. So it certainly isn't slowing us down from getting into the zone. Coming up the other way here, Sam's going to chip that around. Spicer's right there. Can't quite get around the Austin player. They're going to chip it up the middle. Sam's there again. Just a loose puck bouncing around here. Austin's going to come up with it. They're going to dump that one down into the corner. Norman's going to take his man into the boards. We got some time in space. Haynes should get kind of going north-south here instead of east-west. That's not offsides.
Yeah,
That's not offsides.
I don't think it was offsides either.
He was straddling the blue line as he carried it over, so. All right. The only thing you can say is that as the puck carrier came across his feet, he lifted his foot up, from the zone and only had 1 foot inside the zone. But this is going to get bumped back to Barclay. He's going to go back to Grodum. Grodum's going to cycle it back to Barclay. Barclay's going to try to wind his way up. He's got Troutman. Oof, there's a trip. Yep.
Yeah, that's a trip.
I mean, that's a tough one because he's cutting back so hard there. It's a tough one for the Austin player. I'm glad he didn't go knee to knee on him. I think he tried to line him up for a hit. I don't think we have the replay, but I think he tried to line him up for a hit. And Dom was able to cut back hard enough, so he just missed him. So we'll get a power play unit out here. Spicer, Rowe, Troutman, Harns, Core. We're kind of using 2 power play units this year versus last year where we kind of had number 1 and number 2. So, boy, I don't know what's going on here. I think they thought they heard a whistle or something. The refs are looking at them like, what's going on? Part of the problem is the announcers and the music is so loud in here, and they're not. They've dropped the puck. The puck is in play, and we still got super loud music and super loud announcing. So you can't hear.
Everybody stopped. They thought there was a whistle, and there was not a whistle. Like even the refs were like, "What's going on? Why did you guys stop?"
Yeah, it's nice tip there by Spicer. Loose puck scramble. Goalie's going to cover that one. Good play there, almost. So minute 30 left on the PK here. Bouncing puck. Spicer's going to jump in and grab that one. Gets body checked to the side, but it comes up to Rowe, who's got time and space. He's going to shoot off the post there. Boy, he had some open net there. The goalie was pretty deep. Charlie's going to send it down to Harns. Harns cycle back up, take over with Core. Core's going to send it in. Loose bouncing puck again. Net front scramble. Austin's going to backhand that one down in deep. Hey, no, get off. Sorry, we got some rowdy teenagers up here by the broadcast booth. Had to lay down the law. Go into coaching mode there.
They fought the law, but the law won.
Yeah. All right, so we switched up power play units here. Mono Smith out. Barclay, Hain, Phillips, Dubois. Loose bouncing puck. Hain's going to come away with that one. 4-man rush here. Dubois coming down the far side. I hope he's a little bit patient setting this up. He kind of tried to force that. We're just forcing stuff that's not there. It's going to get cycled back down low. Mono Smith, see, we're trying to force stuff in there to the slot. Oh, the ref's kind of in the way there. Takeover with Phillips and Dubois. He's going to cut back. That ref has to get out of that corner. He's right in the way of our power play. Dubois under pressure. He's looking for Mono Smith. Just kind of gets deflected. Phillips trying to find it there. Hain trying to find it there. Loose puck. Oh, and he's blowing the whistle. Yeah, he's kind of their best power play defender. Penalty kill defender on that one. I mean, when I'm reffing, I'm sort of conscious that's a power play. I'm trying to figure out where they're working, and if they're working in my corner, I'm trying to get out of the triangle that they're trying to work there. So we're going to get a more of a hodgepodge of a line here, but Halverson's going to get his first varsity shift here at center with Rich and Rowe. So he's our leading scorer at JV. He's fast and can shoot. Kind of battling along the wall here with Barclay. It's going to go over to Rich. He just mishandles that one. He's going into the forecheck here. That one's going to get sent out right to our D. Nice tip. Halverson bulk out one there. He's got a knack for scoring.
He definitely does.
He's going to throw that one out. It's going to get chipped out of the zone here. Got him with the puck here. He's going to send it up to Rich. In traffic. Gotham's going to try to stand his player up there. Barclay's got this one now. Roll cycling down low. Now Elliot Shell back to retrieve here. He's out. And I'm not sure what happened there.
I think there was some miscommunication.
Yeah,
I think he thought someone was going to cut across the net or cut across the ice. I mean, and no one was cutting.
So we'll get Shell out here now with Troutman and Keefe. So we're seeing a little bit of our fourth line guys out here now getting some reps.
They're bringing it up to center. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why it's at center. I mean, seemed like it was a pretty clear cut.
Yeah, it looked like it was an ice. So Austin kind of cycling around here in the D zone. They're going to dig themselves into trouble here. They chip it up the wall. Kleinschmidt back to retrieve. He's going to cycle that one back. Norman now will pick it up. He's looking cross ice. Kind of gets tipped in the air, so doesn't make it through. It's kind of a weird game here tonight. It's not a lot of flow to it.
I don't know what to say. It's been kind of an interesting game from the standpoint. We have 42 shots on goal. It just I feel like we've just missed and squandered a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, these are tough games to play when it's so lopsided. They're really hard games to play. You know, especially when you're always in the zone. They never get spread out. There's always traffic in the middle. You know, you're almost better off having it back down in your end every once in a while and having them and battling in your end and getting, one or two guys behind the play. Hain's going to jump on this one now. He's out with Mono Smith and Spicer. He's going to chip that one behind the net. Spicer's there. Can't quite retrieve, just out of his reach. Mono Smith's going to chip it down. Battling on the wall here. Core and Harns out. They're going to chip that one into the corner. Harns back to retrieve under pressure. Spicer up the wall here. Oh, Mono Smith gets clipped. Boy, that could have been an elbow.
Yeah, I would have.
Guy just reached out and chicken winged him as he was coming past him. It was he chipped it off the boards and went to the outside, so it should have been at and I don't think we got it there.
Yeah.
But it should have been interference.
That should have been called, in my opinion. Elbow interference could have been a number of things.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got up. He's all right. That's the main thing.
Face off here. See, our F3's got to get in quicker on the forecheck. They should anticipate that coming over that side. We're letting them get to that puck. That one gets kicked right out into the slot.
I think what we're both saying is we got to just have a little more urgency on our fundamentals, right?
Yeah, I mean, our first and second forecheckers are getting fairly decent. It's the third one that's just giving them too much time and space, I think. Cycles over to Barclay. Nice play there. We got a guy in front. Goes down to roll. Up to Rich. Just wide of the net here. I'm not sure why we're making that play when we're not under pressure. Just bring that one back and let your forwards get out of the zone, then re-attack.
$7:44 left in this game. Another face-off at center.
Yeah, what? Oh, it must have went off one of the awesome players on the bench.
It had to have.
Over to Norman here. Norman up to Dubois. Goes into the skates of Troutman and pops right up to his stick. He sends it across, but nobody there. Keith's going to try to cycle this one back down low, but they take the body. Dubois comes up with it. Gets it up to the point. Kleinschmidt fires that one. Glove save by the Austin goalie.
It was a good shot by Sam. It was a nice hard shot. He's leaning on his stick right now. I think he's, getting, wishing that one would have went in for him. It was a good hard shot. I liked it. Just goalie made a nice glove save.
So battling here with the Mono-Smith line. They've had some opportunities here tonight, and they're going to get another one here. Just loose bouncing puck again. Goalie's out of the net. Almost would like to see him trying to step up and wrap that with the goalie out of position. Comes over to Gasner. Gasner out here for, I think, probably a second shift here tonight. Gets a shot. Almost gets it through. Gets cycled back down low. Just past Hain. I don't think he was ready for that one. That's actually a good F3 forecheck there, right? It comes across this side, and our third forward just right in on him.
Exactly, and that's how it should be played.
So that actually worked. Harns jumps up into the play. He's going to try to bring this one in front, but just gets his stick taken off his stick. He's got, again, cycle it down low. We got player down in the corner. We got to get it down to him if we don't have other options. It's safe. Phillips has got this one here. He's going to go up to the point. That one gets blocked. Rose there now. He's under pressure, so that's a little bit of a dangerous one. Good battle by Vinny. Nice job by Rich to come back and cover for Vinny pinching, or Grotham pinching there. Rich gets clipped on that one. He had to light a fire under him here a little bit. He looks a little shooken up on the play. Grotham now coming around the net. He's got time and space. He's got Rich and Phillips going with him. Rich is going to send that one on net to Grotham, to Phillips. Phillips still has this one. Tries to force it around. And leg sweeps him. They're going to send this one down for an
It
ice.
should be a nice. Well, there's a little more energy on that shift there. I like to see that.
So 5 minutes left here in the period. 5-0 for the good guys. Shots are 45-6 for the Eagles. Troutman line out here. Dubois already has his hat trick for the night. He's out with Keefe and Harns and Core on D. Austin can't quite clear that one out. Austin coming up the other way here with some speed. There's a good hard shot on Anton there. Nice glove save. That's for his 6th save of the night.
Well, let's see if we can finish this one off and maybe pump one more.
Loose puck here. Good chance
nice
for
save.
Austin right there. Good save by Anton. So that's from behind. Yeah, nice job by Anton to he doesn't look like he looks like he's seen a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like all of a sudden there's all these chances on him. There's Austin with a strong move to the net. And that one gets hammered in.
Well, Austin on a rush there, and
Yeah, just kind of got outworked on that one, I think.
yep, it's 5-1 hockey game, just like that.
So we were just talking about how well Anton was doing. It really wasn't on him, right? They chipped one around us, drove into the net, and then we had bodies coming in, and we just weren't strong enough to keep guys out there. And they grabbed a rebound off his pad and hammered it in.
We didn't have a whole lot coming back. It was just
You start cheating too, right? You have all this success, and you're not playing defense like you should. You're not back checking like you should. Loose puck comes out to Kleinschmidt. Yeah, I should just like to see a little bit more patience from the D on those. Battling down low here. 1-man forecheck. Good stick work by Spicer. Haynes got to get over here.
see, Mono's got to go there. It's just too
He should be
late.
jamming right on. Yeah,
it's too late.
Yeah, our F3 really is often too late. They're not anticipating and attacking. This one gets cycled up high, over. They're going to get another shot on Anton here, so.
Yeah, there's some little things that we're just not doing the little things. Maybe that's the way I should phrase it. There's little things that we're just not doing the little things where there are opportunities for us to keep that puck in the zone, and we just don't. And
Yeah, it seems like we kind of turned the dial down here a little bit here at the end of the game. Draw one back, up the wall, chipped up to Rowe. That's going to create a 2-on-1. Coming the other way. Slides it over to Rich, but gets intercepted there. Good pickoff by Barclay. He's got to be careful because we got guys in, so he dumps it in. Over here, Rowe's there. Grotham, we need to be a little bit more patient with those shots. Not just fire everything at the net. Rich kind of gets taken down there. They're just going to ice that one down. Keefe on the draw here. He's going to poke it through. Goes right over to Troutman. Almost buried it. Dubois is going to pick that off. Send it in there. Plays it over to Troutman. That gets chipped out front. Grotham's going to send one in. Blocked. He's going to send another one in. Save Austin goalie. Good series of opportunities there. O'Keefe on the draw again here to the right of the Austin goalie. Tried to pop it through again like he did last time. Didn't work that time. Austin's able to break out of the zone. They're coming down the other way. Harns behind the net. 2 minutes left in the game. He's going to move that up the wall to Keefe. Over to Dubois. He's under pressure there right away. They're coming back the other way. Charlie Core does a nice job of separating his man from the puck. Keefe there. It's going to create a 2-on-1 situation. It's going to give Dubois a chance for his 4th, and there it is.
There it is, his 4th goal tonight.
He's dialed in.
Yeah.
Keefe did a nice job on the breakout there, getting his body into that player. Let that puck come through along the wall and then just jumped it in for an easy 2-on-1 play right there. The defenseman cheated over a little bit too far to the strong side, left the wrong guy wide open.
Correct. It was a nice play. It was the right play. Troutman made a nice pass on the 2-on-1. Just basically sucked the defender to him and then threw it to the wide open Dubois, who was racing in, and he knows what to do with it.
Face off with Mono Smith here, 1:47 left, 6-1 now, shots 48-10. Gasner up to Kane here, cycle behind the net. Sent down the ice, tipped in deep for Hain. Oof, dangerous play there. That one gets chipped out. It's going to die. Anton should come out and play it a little bit sooner. He does just in time. Haynes there, he's got help. It's going to create another 2-on-1. They got Spicer open now. Just can't quite feed it to him. Little sauce pass there might have been the way to go. Gets dished over to Hain. He can't bury it. Back out to Hain. And then he finally is able to bury it. So few chances there, and they got it done.
Yeah, they got it done.
Well, I mean, at least we're scoring off passing plays. You know, like we're seeing some passing plays here. That's where all our goals are coming from.
That's Haynes' first goal in a Lourdes Eagles jersey as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Row out here now with Halverson and Shell. Austin coming up the other way here. They're going to dump it in. Norman Kleinschmidt back on D. Norman's back to retrieve. Rowe coming up the ice the other way now. He's got some help with him. Dishes it down to Halverson. Halverson down to Shell. Shell over to Halverson, chips it out front to Rowe. Nice play there. 26 seconds left on the clock. Rowe's got some time and space. Just probably a little too much there. 15 seconds. Norman back to retrieve that. Just a misconnection there. Austin's going to dump that back in. It's kind of in the name of the game for them tonight. Kleinschmidt's back, and that's going to do it for the game. All right, well, we appreciate everyone tuning in. That'll do it. Final score 7-1. Shots are 49-10 for the Lourdes Eagles. Nolan Dubois had a breakout night tonight with 4 goals. So we found a way to get some pucks in the net. We look forward to our upcoming games here. Next game here will be against Owatonna, 5 o'clock. JV, 7 o'clock Varsity. That's here at Graham Arena. Again, thanks to all our sponsors, A&A Underground, Cowbell, Fish Lake Firewood Company, Rochester City Delivery, Sam Pipe from Dwell Realty, TNS Manufacturing, Russ and Kathy Rowe, Complete Outdoor Services, RBC Wealth Management, the JMS Group. And that's all we got for you today here. Tune back in next week.
Yeah, it was a good win tonight. It's nice to get some pucks in the net. We've struggled to score goals, so we got some goals tonight, and we hopefully can build on this. Almost 50 shots on goal, and we got to build on. It's going to be a tougher opponent on Thursday. So we got to build on what happened here tonight and come ready to play.
Yeah, it should be a fast, physical game here on Thursday. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to look a lot different. The shots are going to be a lot closer. So